I'm glad you stayed, because there's nothing more embarrassing than talking to 75 rows of empty chairs. So, wow, there's such a line at the microphones. It's almost as if you can't wait to ask a question. I completely did not understand that. So, hi.
Hi.
You got a question?
Yes. We knew when you were, again, alive.
When I was alive, yes. You don't have to start every question with everybody with that, but on this show you kind of do.
So, we knew that something happened between Bobby and Rufus that made Rufus really, really angry and didn't want to forgive Bobby. I wanted to know if you knew what it was exactly, or if you had supposition.
What happened in Omaha, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much between me and Rufus. Yeah. But I can't tell you. There's a big reason, a very, very important reason I can't tell you. That's because I don't know. But I will tell you a story about Rufus, about Stephen Williams. Now you have to understand that Stephen, he doesn't feel a strong necessity to stick to the script. He likes sometimes to make up his own lines without telling anyone. Or without telling the people he should tell. Well, you may remember an episode called And Then There Were None, which is where Bobby sort of killed Rufus. And I didn't mean to, but you know, I had a thing in my ear. And so Rufus was supposed to get stabbed and then fall down and die. But when Stephen got stabbed, he did one of these. Oh, Bobby, this is way worse than Omaha. And the director came over to Stephen and said, Stephen, when you fall on the floor, you're already dead. Stephen's like, no, man, I gotta complain to Bobby. But as you noticed if you saw the show, when he fell on the floor, he was already dead. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun working with Stephen because you never know what he's going to say. The very first time I worked with him in Weekend at Bobby's, Rufus shows up at Bobby's door and you got to help me bury a body. And we go out to the truck and there's this thing. Well, the first thing I ever shot with Stephen was the shot where we go out to the truck to find the lamia, right? In the back of the truck, you guys know those. And we started to rehearse, and we were maybe 2 seconds into it, and Stephen just started saying things. And I didn't know him, I'd never met him until that morning. I didn't know how he liked to work. And so I'm going, so what do you got to show me? He goes, oh man, you're not going to believe what happened to me on the way over here today. And I'm going, what? That's not what it says here, man. Oh, Bobby, yeah, I stopped for a hamburger. And this man come out, and I'm going, and I'm looking at the director going, how does this fit into what? Because the next thing I say is, oh, that's a lamia. he's talking about getting a hamburger. So it was a learning experience. You learn to kind of roll with the punches with Stephen. So anyway, I don't know what happened in Omaha. I suspect the writers know, or maybe they don't. Maybe if it ever comes time to reveal what happened in Omaha, they will make something up. Who knows?
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. So my question is, in the most recent episode that Bobby was in, he was in heaven and Cass showed up. However, the last time Bobby actually saw Cass was when he was possessed by Leviathan and walked into a lake and died. So I was kind of wondering how Bobby was very okay with Cass. And just started talking to him normally.
With Cass, you don't ask a lot of questions. You just go, oh, he's back. Actually, that's a very good question. What I think the answer is that nobody thought about that. Yeah, well, you know, you do something in season 6 or 7, and then 3 or 4 seasons later, you do something else, and half the people in the writer's room are new guys, and maybe, who knows if they ever even saw the show before, and they go, oh, well, what if we did this? And nobody goes, oh, wait a minute. 3 seasons ago, the last time Bobby saw it, I think they just forgot. Or maybe there's a secret.
Bobby's been stalking them.
Or, I mean, Bobby's in heaven. There's probably a pretty good view from there. Oh, look, Cass is back. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hello. Jim, thank you very much for being here and portraying a so great person like Bobby. Thank you very much. So, could you share with us a story about your favorite movie, a movie of your life, maybe?
My favorite movie?
Yes, your favorite movie. We'll watch it.
What was the last thing you said?
We'll watch it.
Oh! Okay, well, I'm always big on... Does anybody here know what my favorite movie is? Wow, you guys really pay attention, don't you? The one with John Wayne. It's a 1956 movie directed by John Ford called The Searchers. Now you know about it. Yeah, it's a great movie. When I was a little kid, it used to come on television, and sometimes my dad or I would be turning channels and we would see that this movie was on, but we didn't know the name of it. But we knew it was a really great movie, and we would always run into the other room and grab the other one and say, hey, that movie's on. And we didn't know the name of it for years. We just, because we never saw it from the beginning. And I thought it was really great. And then as I got older, I discovered that it was like considered one of the best movies in the history of the world. When I was a kid, I just thought it was a fun movie. But The Searchers is, well, I think, you know, every 10 years, Sight and Sound magazine does a poll of film critics from all around the world to list their 10 best films of all time. And on the last poll, The Searchers was number 7. So it's a pretty good movie. So, and it stars John Wayne, and it's an old movie, but it's a great one. So go see it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
Hello.
You were talking about Breaking Bad yesterday, and I just wanted to know if...
Sorry.
Yeah, if you do know, or do you hope to appear on the spin-off Better Call Saul?
I can't talk about that. That doesn't mean anything, but because I don't want anybody back in Hollywood to go, he said he can't talk about that, so now they all know. Maybe I just said that. Yeah, if I were ever going to be on that show, I couldn't talk about it. When I did Breaking Bad the second time, the second episode I did, they called my agent and said, we would like Jim to come back and do another episode of Breaking Bad, but if he tweets about it, we don't want him. So I was real quiet, and I got to do it. So they're very secretive over there. So none of them have talked to me. It could happen, but I can't talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Jim. My question.
You look like Mother Russia's little girl.
Thank you. Do you miss the time when in Supernatural be only Winchesters, demons and things, and nothing angels?
Whoa, was that a question? I remember that time.
Do you miss?
Oh, do I miss that time?
Yes.
Well, you know, back during the time when it was only about demons and monsters, Bobby was alive. So yeah, I miss that time. I don't mind the angels. I don't mind the angels at all. The angels are fine, they're lovely, but I'm dead. I'd just as soon be back with monsters and demons. So maybe they'll bring back just monsters and demons and Bobby. I have no idea. It depends. I mean, we've only got about 9 more seasons left, so. Spasibo.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Jim. I just wanted to tell you, I follow you on Facebook, and
Oh boy.
no. And I just wanted to tell you that your reviews and your criticisms are some of the best that I've read. So keep on doing it because you're really good at it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's what I do instead of being productive. So, can you guys tell that the bottom of my shoe is coming off? Isn't that charming? Cute. So, anyway, hi.
Hi. Okay, so my question is that if you met Bobby at the beginning of his arc, knowing everything that's going to happen to him, what would be your piece of advice to give him?
To give Bobby?
Yeah.
Let Sam and Dean handle the Leviathans. Yeah, let's see how well they take care of it by themselves. Yeah, I think, I don't know, if I, well, I'd say, hey man, don't worry about anything, you're going to heaven. You know, but, gosh, a serious answer to that question, I'm not sure I would say treasure your family with the boys, because it won't last forever.
Just an FYI, I asked Mark Shepherd that question in Asylum last week, and his advice was don't kiss Bobby.
My advice to myself would be don't kiss Mark. Kiss Sheriff Mills. Now, tell me the truth. How many of you are disappointed that that didn't go somewhere? Not as disappointed as I am. Hi.
Hi, my question is, where did you get your t-shirts?
Where did I get my t-shirts? Yeah? Amazon.de. No, people sometimes give me the shirts, and sometimes they send me pictures of them, and if I think they're cool enough, I'll either buy one or see if I can get somebody to give me one. And so I just, I mean, you got all these other actors that show up at these things, and they all dress up like however they feel like dressing up. And I feel like it just adds to my fun if I can come out in something that relates to what we're doing. So I don't wear these at home very often. But yeah, if I see an interesting one, if somebody posts a picture of an interesting one, I'll go online and buy it. And every once in a while that somebody gives me one or sends me one. This hat was a gift from, it's a 200th episode hat that was made by fans, and they just sent it to me. And I thought, that's pretty cool, free hat. So I've got about 8,000 free hats at home. So, yeah, that's pretty much the answer to that.
Thank you.
Vielen Dank. Hello.
Hi. I was wondering, who do you think will die next on the show?
Who cares? Who do I think will die next?
Yes.
Is there anybody left? Well, I think it'll either be Ellen or Ash or Charlie or maybe Kevin, or Charlie, or too soon Charlie. Yeah, well, I mean, they got, what, 3 left on this show? Well, if you count Mark. I don't know. I mean, every one of them has surprised me every time they kill somebody off, especially that one guy. It's been a big surprise, so I don't know. I have no guess. I figure it probably won't be one of the 4. But who knows? It's supernatural. They could kill them all another 6 or 7 times. Like I said, we got another 9 years, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
In Harper's Island, you play the Sheriff Mills, and I just want to know if it's a coincidence or if it has something to do with supernatural.
Yeah, in Harper's Island, I did play a character named Sheriff Mills. I never kissed him. Except in the mirror. No, as far as I know, it was a complete coincidence. In fact, what year was, what calendar year was Weekend at Bobby's? Does anyone remember?
Season 6. Season 6.
It was season 6, so what year would that be? 2010? Well, yeah, that was the first episode that, no. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid was the first episode for Sheriff Mills. So that was season 5. So in 2009, 2010, that was after Harper's Island was already off. So I think it was pure coincidence. If they were going to do something like make a connection, I think they would have made a better one. So, hi.
Hi again. You just showed us some dance step. Do you dance, and what kind of dance do you like?
Do I dance? Did you not see what I just did?
Yeah.
Of course not. No, I have 3 left feet. I don't dance at all, but I like to fake it. No, yeah, that's what this show's missing, is a Bobby tap dancing episode. Then they would really kill him. No, one of the things I would love in life is to be a good dancer, and I'm not. But I have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hey, I think you're a very good dancer, so.
Well, some of you would, what was it? Was it Asylum that somebody YouTubed me doing the time warp? That was pretty embarrassing, but I don't think you can call that a dance. Well, thank you. Your judgment is poor, but I appreciate it anyway.
I was going to ask, we find out in season 7 that Bobby had a really difficult childhood and he had an abusive father. I was wondering if you knew that about your character when you first started playing him, and if you didn't, like if you had known that, would your portrayal of Bobby have been different?
I did not know it. That was the first time, I think that script was the first time I knew anything about Bobby's past life other than his situation with his wife. That was all new to me. It made sense. The writers certainly looked at who Bobby had become over the years and fashioned a backstory for him that fit that, but it wasn't laid out in advance. I didn't know before. If I had known it, I might have played Bobby a little more feminine. I don't know. But no, I don't think I would have played him much differently, because what was given to me before, in all those previous seasons, was it shaped the character so well that when they came to writing a backstory, they could fit the backstory to the character rather than make this character fit the backstory. So no, I don't think I would have changed anything. Now, if they had said in Death's Door in season 7, if they had said Bobby's backstory is this whole other strange thing that's completely surprising and unusual for him, then I might have gone, oh, well, I wish they'd told me that, because I might have changed something. But the story they came up with fit the character so well, I didn't have to worry about, oh, I would have done this differently if I'd known. So, the hard thing was on Harper's Island. I don't know how many of you saw Harper's Island, but it was a show where there were a bunch of characters and one of them was a killer, and they would kill 1 or 2 characters every week until the end of the show when there was nobody left. And the weird thing about that show was that the actors didn't know which one of them was the killer. So you had to play all of your scenes as if you weren't the killer and as if you were the killer, which was really weird, because it makes you go right down the middle, and you can't be too bad a character because that'll give it away, and you can't be too good a character because that might not be true, and it was weird, but it was fun. But I didn't have that problem on Supernatural. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Hello.
Hello.
I have two questions. One is quite simple.
Give me the second one first.
The other one is not so much. Okay. Do you want the simple one first? Okay. The simple one is in Supernatural they drink a lot. So I'd like to know, what do they drink? Do they always drink alcohol? Do they never drink alcohol? How do they... Denson said earlier today that he eats a lot of pie. Sometimes he cannot take it anymore. So what is the drink that you drink there?
We don't drink alcohol in front of the camera.
Most of the time.
Some of us drink a little behind the camera, especially some of the taller members of the cast. Friday nights are a lot of fun on the set. We don't get much work done, but Jared and Jensen have a lot of fun. What we drink on camera is usually tea or non-alcoholic beer. In my case, I don't, they usually give me watered down Coke or Dr. Pepper or something. It's never really booze because, you see a scene where everybody's sitting around having a drink and it takes 30 seconds or a minute to watch that scene, but it might have taken us 7 hours to shoot it. And if we were drinking the real thing for 7 hours, there wouldn't be any other scenes in the show. So yeah, it's usually tea, or if it's a beer, we have non-alcoholic beer that they put fake labels on. So now you know all the secrets of Supernatural.
The other question is, how is it to have so much power over people? Like, you guys are here and you just danced. You don't think you're a good dancer. We all think you are. So how is it to have so much power over people that if you give your opinion, usually people will follow you and will actually make it a big thing?
Wow. Well, the dancing part, you're just crazy. But okay, I'll try and answer that seriously. One of the things that I discovered early on when I began to realize the effect that the character Bobby was having on audiences, and that you guys actually liked him. And
I love him.
well, yeah, you can say that. Yeah, you like him. It's harder for me to say, yes, you love him. I was really affected by the realization that we on the show do have, I don't think of it so much in terms of power as I do influence. I discovered that if I mentioned one of my favorite charities on Twitter, their donations would go up that day. And that was sort of shocking to me, because for one thing, I was an actor for many, many